Good afternoon, everyone. It's really reassuring to be here with all of you. And of course, it brings fond memories. My first annual day awards was in 1991. And especially to all of those of you who are here for the first time and have won an award, I'm sure it'll be a memorable occasion that you'll cherish throughout your life. So congratulations to all the winners. And of course, I think it's important really that the winners don't work in isolation. They work as part of teams. So, their success is something that all of us who are part of their teams, I'm sure, cherish as much. I think what's important to recognize today is there are those amongst us who have, taken this adversity and catalyzed themselves to do different things and to motivate and inspire others to do different things. The global products and solutions team is really an idea whose time has come. When I look back to the journey that the StackRoot business has made over the last 6 years, in spite of all of the success that we had with our corporate customers, there was always this little doubt in our minds that what will happen when we take our StackRoot programs to the retail market? Will the market receive it well? And I think there was hesitation in moving ahead. In one way, I'm reminded of Peter Drucker's saying that if you have to do something new, you have to stop doing something old. And I think the pandemic in some ways tipped our hand because literally, over a weekend in March of 2020, we had to deal with the fact that our centers could no longer be open. And we had to pivot literally overnight to be able to offer our programs digitally. And while at that time it appeared that this may be, a 1 month or 2 month or maybe a 3-month phenomenon, it became clear within a few weeks that this was not going away. And I think that led to the intense discussion and debate, which finally resulted in, on the one hand, the start of our NIIT digital business. And on the other hand, it opened up the possibility that if we were to deliver things digitally, then why do we need to be restricted to India alone? Then the whole global, market becomes the stage for us. And that's what led, very interestingly, after a gap of almost 25 years, for us to venture with a retail business in the US, of course, in partnership with universities over there. And I think it was only fitting that the StackRoot idea, which many of us who've been part of the StackRoot business fondly, say is NIIT's very own startup, finally saw an actual business entity and startup getting launched in the US as StackRoot Learning USA. With both of these events happening, GPS got born. And the rationale for that was that there is an IP that we've created. There is a way of delivering deep skilling and outcome-oriented learning that we have made our very own expertise area. And new entities in NIIT shouldn't have to rediscover the wheel. And therefore, it was felt that we bring together the expertise from StackRoot business in India, from CLG, and of course, practitioners from outside to create a common capability and capacity that would support our retail businesses, both NIIT Digital in India and StackRoot Learning in the US. And so literally within a few weeks, in December 2020, StackRoot was born. The initial core team came together and we had to literally hit the ground running. You can imagine that working for one startup is tough enough. The GPS team in the last 2 years has been working for 2 startups. Our daytime is spent supporting NIIT Digital in India, and our evenings well into late night goes into supporting the StackRoot Learning in the US. And therefore, instances like Rajiv, who was called in to take programs at short notice, literally in the wee hours of the morning. It's been a very, very intense period. My heartfelt thanks to each and every team member of GPS for burning the midnight oil. I like to say that we are burning the candle at both ends, and in fact, broken in the middle and lit in the middle also. So that's the kind of intensive work that the team has been doing. I think the stats speak for themselves. As Abhishek mentioned, we've created a very enviable portfolio across 5 important digital transformation tracks that are independent in themselves, but also have a lot of synergy. So whether it's software engineering, data science, or machine learning, or deploying applications on the cloud, and then of course securing them. These are all constant themes, and people with these skills are in great demand globally. And therefore, it was only fitting that our programs should cover these important areas. And then, of course, is the whole important role of customer acquisition. We've seen our own teams in NIIT Digital and the amount of effort that is spent on digital marketing. So our 5th track became digital marketing. Across these 5 tracks, we've created 11 programs, over 2,500 hours of learning in a short span of literally 12 months. And this is something that many of our competitors have taken 3 or 4 years to build. So it's really a very, very remarkable effort by the team. And, we've not only been able to ensure that our businesses could go to market as planned, as per their schedule, but this time round, we also took on the responsibility of delivery, because we wanted to make sure that the vision that goes into designing and developing the products is fully implemented, and the outcomes that we are promising to our customers actually materialize. Again, as Abhishek mentioned, though it's still early days, but there has been a remarkable difference in the kind of jobs, the speed of jobs, the roles that our graduates are able to get. In comparison to our past, some of the graduates of our data science and software engineering tracks are literally earning twice as much at the entry level. So that's really proof that employers are valuing the finished product, which is our graduates. And also our initial research with them suggests that they indeed feel that they are being set up for success, and they're ready for doing the job on day one. In the midst of this, the GPS team also found time to engage with CLG to take on a very prestigious assignment for Coursera. Coursera, as you're aware, is one of the leading MOOC providers globally. They liked the approach that we were taking with our StackRoot programs, and they invited us to build 2 specializations for them. I'm happy to share with you that StackRoot branded programs are now available on the Coursera platform. Again, a fantastic collaborative effort between the sales team in the US, the CLG delivery team in India, and the GPS team for bringing these products together. And I'm told that Coursera wants us to build more such programs in the future. So what does the future hold for us? I think the holy grail for a learning organization is combining fantastic learning outcomes, deep skilling on one side, with the ability to do that not just for a handful of people, but literally thousands and tens of thousands of people, and doing all this such that it is economically viable, and for us, it delivers high gross margins. I like to say that we want to build products for our customers that help them attain their learning goals faster, better, cheaper. This is easier said than done, but I think if there's one organization that is poised to do it, if we look back, all the 40 years of our collective and individual experience comes together. And I believe, therefore, that time is now. We are in a position to bring these facets together and bring this a reality of delivering high quality, deep skilling programs with tremendous learning outcomes at scale, profitably, and such that they can be attractively priced for our customers. The GPS team will work closely with both our business customers. We're also engaging with Kamal and the team in China to take our programs to China as well, with Sanjay Tikku to explore opportunities in RAW. So I think that is really a remarkable thing, that the NIIT retail business can also be equally global as our corporate learning business. I think that is the one gift of the pandemic, to make physical infrastructure and the whole capital investments required to set up centers on the ground somewhat redundant. And we see ourselves, therefore, creating products and services and solutions that can help us and our retail businesses reach out to customers globally. This is going to be especially critical for working professionals. Working professionals need flexibility, they need convenience. We need to support them while they continue to do their jobs. That's an important segment for us in the US. It's also a segment that I know Abhishek and team want to target, in India. So that's one of the things that we're going to focus on, pedagogical improvements and platform-related improvements, so that we can deliver more personalized learning offerings to our learners, and we can innovate on the commercial models, creating subscriptions and services, ongoing competency assurance. I think the one thing that I want to say in the end is there's no time for complacence. We've achieved a lot in these last 2 months. We are very well positioned for the next phase of our journey. My best wishes to the entire GPS team as we continue to break down old barriers and scale new heights, and wish everyone continued success. Thank you.